I know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin with DreAllDay.com. Today's topic is how do you identify, and first identify, secondly get rid of the energy draining people in your life. We've all heard, hopefully all of you have heard the cliche that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if you agree with that, if you agree you're going to be a reflection of your peer group, then what you need to start doing is looking around at the people who are around you, the people you're dealing with, and ask yourself, who here is draining my energy? Who here is bringing me down? Who here is bringing my average down? If I'm going to become the average of these people, who here is at a lower level than me or at an equal level to me, and I need to get rid of those people because they're going to bring me down or keep me from getting to where I want to go. So the first step is we got to find the losers. We got to find the clowns. You got to find the energy draining people who are keeping you from getting to your maximum potential, and you are part of the reason too. We're not just going to blame those people. You're part of the reason because for whatever reason up to this point, hopefully that's going to change after this video, but up to this point you've been hanging around these people. So let me help you by giving you 3 tips to identify the energy draining people. Here's the number one thing you notice when you're around an energy draining person. After you deal with them, you feel tired. You ever know somebody after you finish talking to them or being on the phone with them or hanging out with them or doing something for them, doing something with them, your energy is just lower. You feel like all the energy has just been sucked out of you, like somebody had a magnet to just grab all the energy out of you and just took it, or a leech. Maybe they put a needle in your arm and just sucked all the energy out of you after dealing with that person. You ever know a person like that? Do you know any people like that? Maybe you hanging with a person like that right now at this very moment. Maybe you are that person towards other people. If you know any people who, when you're around them, anytime you spend with them, you feel like your energy's just been drained. You feel like your energy's just at a lower level. They may be an energy draining person. You need to get rid of that person. Now, on the other hand, if you know any people who every time you're around them or you talk to them or you listen to them or you read something they said or you hear them, your energy goes up. You just feel more activated. You feel like you feel more confident. You feel more ready to go do your thing in life. You feel like you can just go attack whatever it is you're working on. Maybe it's just life, maybe it's your business, maybe it's your sport, maybe it's school, maybe it's your relationship. You feel like you could just go at it at a higher level just from being around this person, even if you're not physically around them, you don't actually know them, maybe just listening to them or watching them, you feel better. Those are the type of people you need to get around more. So replace the drainer with the person who is giving you energy. Here's the number 2 way to identify the energy draining person. They're the type of person who you always find yourself having to take initiative with this person. So if you and them decide, all right, we're gonna have a phone call, we're gonna sit down and have a meeting and talk about this business we want to start, you seem to always be the one who has to initiate. Like, all right, let me go organize the meeting, let me set up the time for the call, let me figure out when we're gonna go to the gym, let me go call around and find out how we can get a reservation at this restaurant. It seems like you're always doing the work to make things happen between you and this person or this group of people. You're always doing the initiating. They will participate, but only if someone else initiates. It's never them. It always seems to be you. You know anyone like that? Where you always seem to have to do the planning. You're doing all the legwork just to make something happen that everyone says they want to be involved in, but when it's time to do the work to get involved, it seems like you're the one left holding the bag all the time. You know any people like that? Are you a person who leaves people holding the bag? If you know someone, or you are someone who happens to be that person who never takes initiative, leaving it to someone else or leaving it to you to take the initiative all the time, that's an energy draining person. You need to get rid of that person. Get them out of your orbit ASAP. Number 3 way you identify the energy draining person is this is the type of person who anytime there's something that person could use that would make them better. Maybe it's a job that can make them better. Maybe it's a workout that can make them better. Maybe it's a certain place they need to go that's going to get them into a better position in life, business, sports, relationship, whatever. It seems like you got to really kind of push that person to go do what they need to do for themselves. You know anyone like that? You always got to push them to go do what they need to do that's going to make them better. Pushing them is not helping you. It's not something for you, it's something for them, to put them in a better spot, to get them into a better situation. But it seems like you're doing more work to get them there than they even want to do to get there, even though the whole benefit is going to go to them. You know someone like that where it seems like you want it for them more than they want it for themselves? You're working harder for them than they are working for themselves. Do you know someone like that? And are you pushing a person more than they're pushing themselves? If so, here's the first thing you do. Stop pushing them. Stop pushing that person. Let them fall flat on their face if they need to is the best thing you could ever do for them. Because if you're taking more initiative and pushing another person more than they're taking initiative and pushing themselves for themselves, even once they get there, if you even push them to the point where they need to get, eventually they're going to have to stand on their own 2 feet. And if they haven't learned how to do that because you've been pushing them the whole time, they're going to fail and they're going to fall even further because you pushed them to a higher point than where they could have fell if you would have left them right here. You follow what I'm saying? So recapping these 3 points. How to identify the energy draining people. And just so we're clear, once you identify these people, if they fit any one of these criteria, they got to go. You need to get rid of them ASAP. Figure that out. And listen to my podcast. You'll figure out how to do that. You'll find out how to do that, rather. Number 1, person who whenever you spend time around them, you just feel tired. You feel like your energy has been sucked out of you. Your energy is lower whenever you're around this person when you're done with them for whatever reason. They're an energy drainer. Number 2, type of person who you always have to take initiative. There's something that the group wants to get done or you and this person want to get done, but you seem to be the one who has to get it started. You have to do all the legwork. You got to figure out all the details, but everybody's benefiting from that legwork you're doing, but you seem to always be the one doing it. That's an energy draining person. Maybe an energy draining group. Maybe a group who has just been enabled to do nothing. You need to change that situation. Again, my podcast will help you out with that. And number 3, the type of person who there's things that they need for themselves, things that will help them, get them into a better position. But it seems like the person doing all the work to get them into that situation is you. You're doing more work to help them than they're doing to help themselves. If you're doing that, stop doing it because you're helping them get to a higher level that they are not ready for, and it's going to hurt when they fall from that higher level that you're pushing them to, which you shouldn't be doing. Stop pushing them. Let them fall from where they are right now, and you need to get away from them because they are an energy draining person. They're taking your energy to get them to a better spot when you can use that same energy to help yourself out. You need to help yourself before you start helping everybody else. My podcast is called Work on Your Game. It's every single day. If you don't know about it, now you know about it. Go subscribe to it. iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, everywhere you can hear podcasts. My training programs, coaching, everything else you want to know about me, working with me directly, getting more in-depth help from me, that's at workonyourgameu.com. Workonyourgameu for university.com. And y'all know me. My name's Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day. Work on your game.